Hi, everybody. Welcome to Maui's new Spotlight edition. Today, we're going to be talking to Michael Zianetti with Zianetti Consultants. He's going to introduce what it's going to be like getting back into the new normal. He has lots of things to talk about. And again, just put your comments in the box underneath his video or in the YouTube site, whichever way you look at our videos, and he'll be happy to address each question individually. Hi, Michael, and welcome to Maui series. How are you today?
Good, Deb. How are you?
Good, thank you.
So I'm Michael Zanetti. I'm a turnaround specialist. My company is Zanetti Consulting. We work with a lot of spas and medical aesthetics companies, both on the operations side and in business on the business development side. And a lot of my clients have come to me in the last few weeks and have been asking questions about what the new normal is going to look like, what they can do to prepare, and what their businesses are going to look like. And, we're in a situation right now, there's a lot of trepidation, both for us and for our clients, about how to deal with this situation. What's going to happen when the smoke clears and business opens back up, and is the economy going to rebound, and how are we going to continue to do business? And I think back to 9/11. 9/11 was a big impact in my life, and those of us that lived through it may remember. If you can set aside the emotional aspects of it and you can look at it from an economic standpoint, we remember that level of uncertainty and the economy sort of flopping on us for a few months after. It was a very scary time for us. And then things turned around, but they turned around in an interesting way. I remember the leaders. I remember Giuliani in particular coming out and saying that we couldn't let the terrorists win, that we had to go out and shop, go out and see the show, go to the spa, do those things that brought life back to us. And I think we're going to see that sort of American thing again. And that's the way I've always viewed it, is that's sort of a thing that we as Americans do. We fight back when we're knocked down like this. The difference now is I think we're in a situation where we have to take steps to ensure the safety of our clients, both from an operational standpoint, and also there's a psychological aspect to this, in that they have to feel safe in coming back to us. And in order to do that, we've got to come up with procedures and methods that we're going to employ and continue to practice, that both give the client the hygiene, the safety, the sanitation that they need to be in an environment that on a go-forward basis is safe for them, but that also doesn't take away the integrity of the service that we provide. An example of this is if you're thinking about it as running a massage, and does the masseuse going forward, the massage therapist, will they wear a mask? Will the client wear a mask while they're being massaged? There's some obvious answers to this, right? Yes, we'll sanitize the room in a way that we've never done before. We'll ensure that the employees are being temperature tested. I was asked a great question by one of my clients. They asked me, do you temperature test your clients when they come in? So the person getting the massage, should they be tested? And where does the balance lie? And I don't think there's a right answer to this. I think that we each have to speak to both ourselves, our employees, the frontline employees, the massage therapists themselves. And I think we have to interact with our patients, our clients, the people who are coming in and getting the services from us, and have that very important conversation, which is, what are you looking for? How are you going to feel comfortable coming back? What is it that you're looking for in the service that we're providing for you? And from that, develop procedures and mechanics that we can live with on an ongoing basis. I don't think we're going to go back to the way things used to be. I think there will be an uptick in how we sanitize, how we maintain hygiene, how we deal with our employees and whether or not they're ill, and deal with patients coming in and whether or not, clients coming in and whether or not they're ill. And it's very important that we accept that. And instead of trying to avoid it, we work with it. I think that once we've developed those strategies and what our norm is going to be for say Maui Spa, and what Maui is going to have as the procedures and how they're going to make the client feel comfortable coming back, it takes it to the next step, which is let's advertise that. Let's put that policy out there. Let's be completely transparent so that we can have a direct relationship with our clients, that they're comfortable with it and we're comfortable with it. And then we can start getting back to doing that American thing. We can start getting back to coming to the spa and getting the treatments that you want, and getting the facials and getting the massages and doing the things that you want to do in an environment that both the client, the employees, and the company itself all feel comfortable together. And I think that starts now. I don't think we wait until the all clear comes from the state of Florida or the county or the city that we're in. I think we start those conversations now, and we start figuring out what we're comfortable with and what our clients are comfortable with. If you regularly go and get facials, what is your expectation going forward for safety? And having that interaction, I think is fantastic. And I think it also shows the clients how much we care about their safety in this environment. So that said, I think on a go-forward basis, I think we're looking at a very different environment. I think we have to take these steps now and begin these conversations and start talking about what the new normal is going to be, what we're comfortable with. It may change where we do things and how we do things going forward, but I think at the same time, we're looking at getting back to a real interaction with clients, getting back to doing business again. And we may have to make adjustments and evolve from it, but I think it's going to happen in the very near future.
I think so too, and I think you brought up a good point. It's an interactive situation here. We absolutely need to communicate with everybody out there and ask, what are you going to feel comfortable with? I know what our staff wants to do, and that's protect both people at the same time. So massage is one of those things that I think everybody's really wanting to get back to because of all the tension. I know the nurses have been calling, doctors have been calling. They all want to get back into feeling some type of relief, and I think that our spa is going to be able to offer something special for them. If you are in that type of field and you've been one of our heroic saviors out there, please call the spa. We have plenty to offer you. We want to give it to you. Give us a call. We'll be happy to book you an appointment and work with the hospitals and the heroes that we have that have helped everybody. Michael, you brought up some great tips for everybody, and the new normal is going to be an experiment. It's going to be something that everybody's out there just trying to learn what's going to be the new normal.
Yeah, I think we really have to take into account that since there isn't going to be a right answer, I really think this is a groupthink type situation, and I think it's really important as business owners, as the providers, that we have this as a conversation with the clients. And I think by doing that, we'll get, number one, a more creative answer, and number two, I think we'll also get a situation where we'll see the solution in front of us. We won't have to dictate it. It'll make sense. The solutions will be more common sense for certain industries. I also think it also breeds an understanding. The temperature testing one is a great example of that. Temperature testing is a great indicator, and it really does help that we can bring things back If we're able to do an initial, say, it's not a diagnosis, but that initial test to identify and say, okay, this is a safer environment for it. Because you hit the nail right on the head. We've got a lot of people in our environment right now, that front line, whether they're the medical providers, the doctors, the nurses, the staff that's there, the PAs, the firefighters, the police officers. They've been working around the clock right now, and they need that sense of relief too. And whether it's a massage, it's a facial, whatever that is, being able to bring that back to that environment, I think on a long-term basis, we can't function the way we are right now. It has to go back to some form of norm. The easier we open that up by having the interaction of comfort levels and things, the faster we do that, the easier that the opening up will happen.
I think everybody has the same perspective. I think that the calls that we have been getting are, please open the spa. You know, I'm in desperate need. We're going to do the new normal at Maui Spa as a boutique spa. We're going to cater to everything, social distancing, all of the antibacterial, antifungal, everything that's going to keep people safe on both sides of that. Because like I said, it's not just for the clients, it's for the therapist as well. Everybody has to keep within that, maintain that self of being safe, because if they don't, then they're not going to get what they want, and nor is the therapist going to be comfortable giving it. So we're going to work on this. We're going to talk to clients. We're going to have a registration before you even come into the spa. 5 simple questions. You know, have you been keeping safe? Yeah, have you been exposed to it? Is your temperature normal? I'm on the cusp with the temperature taking, because they're coming from outside, which is hot, and their temperature's already going to get up there. So I don't know which way to go with the thermometer. I know everybody in-house will be tested. Hopefully we can find a way to bring the temperature down and test them on a regular, you know, when they've been in the spa after 10 minutes. But we're going to ask all the questions. And if somebody's not feeling safe or comfortable, then we'll have to cross it. It's a learning, we're going through a learning experience. So we're going to open our doors with confidence that we have everything we need to offer everybody the best, safest environment and the best massages or facials or nails. Also, our infrared sauna is awesome for antibacterial products. I mean, you can cleanse, it can't survive. So we have a unique sauna room that offers infrared sauna, steam sauna. That's going to be open. Like I said, to all those frontliners that have been working out there, we have something special for you. Please call us. We'll be happy to talk to you about it. And thank you. Michael, thank you so much for joining us today. Anybody who wants to get in touch with Michael, his information will be posted on our series that we're doing today. Aloha and goodbye, and thank you, everybody. Stay safe.